All right, so I'm just going to kick off the month that was, I don't know, October that has been since the last meetup. And I'd like to kick off... Shut up, Matt. Anyway, starting off with this, we had an interesting thing hit the rounds on Mac Rumors 9 to 5 Mac Hacker News. Everyone was covering it. Even Sunrise had a go. Not Sunrise, to the Today Show rather. They're like, oh my God, Apple devices are insecure, making 50-year-old people everywhere panic. But it concerns basically making a UI alert controller, and you can just make it have the same copy and the same text fields as a sign into iTunes Store prompt. And developers can apparently fish for passwords. And I don't know why this has only been noticed now, because...
I'm more surprised that it's only been noticed now.
Yeah, that's the surprising thing, considering that...
Not particularly, because that's the whole point of the review process.
Yeah, well, at the same time, like, you know, it could be controlled by JSON, who knows, like...
Right, so they're old, that's only changed in the recent ones, because the old UI alerts look nothing like what you could do from the web.
Yeah.
So it wasn't really an issue.
Yeah.
Now the new ones just look like a standard web mode.
Looks like a standard, yeah. So, yeah, please don't fish for passwords, and don't let your product owners know that you can do this, so you don't get details. Sorry? Since I asked nicely, yes. It's like, how can this be avoided? Well, at the moment you can't. Apple's recommendation was to just, if you see it, press the home button, and if it doesn't go away, it's a legitimate one, which is an awesome solution. Because if you need to input your password, it'll cancel out. And that was my response, just, really, bitch? Really? Just like, what are you doing? And moving on to Johnny, his royal Johnniness. I couldn't think of really... the release of the iPhone X, Matt, in time for the iPhone's 10th anniversary was a quote-unquote wonderful coincidence, which is a filthy lie. They totally planned it. Maybe not the name, but the device itself. I reckon that was scheduled. They're like, we've got to do something really cool for that. And just how he was like, just lied through his teeth. He's like, it's just a coincidence. Yeah, okay, we're just going to go with that. But they're already working on iterations, and I'm shook because I'm like, really? I didn't think they'd be working on it so quick when they, the pace of technology and the head honcho. So it's really short the month it was. I'm already clicking through it. But Tim Cook said that you can't do AR smart glasses in a quality way. So that was a real jab, like a real punch in the gut to Google Glass. But at the same time, he's just like, oh yeah, every company is going to have an AR service, just like a website. It's going to be super important. I'm like, I can see that point really well, because I mean, I look at the IKEA app and that is seriously cool. I accidentally showed that to my mum, and she's been playing for days redecorating her apartment with the IKEA app going, I want this. Can you go to IKEA and get it? I'm like, no, I don't have a car. So good luck. And she's like, but I don't want it delivered. Yeah, IKEA delivers, but then she's going to want me to come over and fix it. So I'm just like, I don't have a car. So let's just...
No, they do the assembly as well.
Yeah, she doesn't know that they deliver. So... and it's going to stay that way. But yeah, so it's like pretty cool. I'm like, I can see his point. Like, there's so many things that are getting into AR, like that awesome face thing that's come out. Like, you can do your hair color with it. I think that was really cool as well, but I couldn't find the name of it. So I'm like, I thought I'd just mention it, the hair color face thing. And hopefully somebody in the room knows what I'm talking about and goes, yeah, it's called Isolon or something like that. No, whatever. I'll Google it later. And now update hour. We had 3 point releases of iOS 11 since the previous event, and none of them have fixed the radars that I raised, and I'm fuming. I'm like, come on guys, it's clipping bugs on Springboard. So if you close an app in a folder and you move the folder straight away, it doesn't clip. If you pan too quickly on Springboard pages, the icon gets stuck in the corner. You can use it to open it, it's really funny. And you've all updated to the latest version, right? 11.3? No words. Anyway, so yeah, and 11.03, and there's something I wanted to highlight. It fixes unresponsive display issues if and only if you have an unauthorized display repair. I think that's really cool that Apple have done that, but then I saw the release notes and I couldn't stop laughing, because it's just like, here's a passive-aggressive note that if you have a non-genuine replacement display, it's shit, will fail to work, and get it done with Apple. Like, it's a thinly veiled threat, just like, this is the way to do it, because I don't think they're going to release another update again.
Doing that is because the ACCC is investigating them.
Yeah, I know. But it's like, I see their point, but at the same time, I know it was a jab. You can read that as passive-aggressive, like, come on, it's really obvious. I think it was kind of cool, but also funny. Anyway, And then beta hour, we have iOS betas and watchOS betas. So iOS 11.1. And thank the lucky stars, the 3D Touch app switcher gesture is back. And when I've installed the beta, and that's the first time I've broken my creed of running a beta OS on my phone. I refused to do it until like beta 7 or 8, like the latest possible beta, or the GM. But I'm like, this is early, I'm just gonna do it because I want that gesture. And hopefully that means the end of the moronic gesture that they introduced on the iPhone X to open multitasking. I reckon that's shit, like stopping halfway up the screen, waiting for them to load and going, okay, let go now. People aren't gonna figure that out. And I'm like, please just mean that's the end of that shitty gesture. Anyway, and a reachability bug has been fixed on the home screen. Apparently you couldn't open Notification Center when dragging down from the middle. So if you enabled reachability in iOS 11, you could use everything else, but you'd have to still pan down from the top of the screen to reach your notifications or whatever else. And I've put emoji down the bottom because really, emoji? There's one that now swears with like punctuation over the mouth, which is cool. So I can put that without actually using the language. Sorry?
Surprised you didn't do 10 slides on yours.
You said that was the first draft. I had all of the 56 new emoji, then sub-slides with all of the different skin colors and deciding which one was the best one. But I decided to cut that out for brevity, and because it's the month it was, not a full not a full talk. And then watchOS, literally, that's what I'm doing later on.
They have a new octopus.
They have a new octopus. Yes, they redrew that and made it look a little bit more like sashimi, which is really cool. Like I'm ready to put that on my rice bowl. That's really cool. But yeah, watchOS, really nothing much. Just the Wi-Fi SSIDs displayed in Control Center and LTE streaming fixes. I couldn't find anything else worth mentioning, apart from just general bug fixes. But does anyone run the latest beta of WatchOS? No? No? Fun fact, I'm not, because I bricked my Apple Watch during an update. I have to go to Japan to get it fixed. Anyway, no, it's great. But moving on to something a bit fun, and the video I downloaded is really shit, but in the jungle, the mighty jungle, the iPhone X has been spotted, and I really tried to make that rhyme with the lion sleeps tonight, but I could not. And it should play, but I'm gonna mute it just in case. But it's like, it shows a live wallpaper with a device in the wild. And if you listen to the sound, it's some guy speaking Native American, just like, hey, I'm taking a photo of it. And haha, it's really cool, it's awesome. And someone's like, oh, quick, take it from him. He's gonna put it on the internet. So someone's gonna lose their job. No? I missed that? Anyway. Next thing that I wanna talk about, no, let's continue. Something of note, after 20 years, AIM will officially shut down in December. And I'm really sad about that because I used to use it, in the tail end days. I wasn't one of the, like Rob here who's been using it since he was young. And I'm like, there's a few other people in the room that has been using it for a long time, or used it in the heyday when it was still popular. And that's really all I could find for the month it was. It was a pretty dry month. There was really nothing, and I'm like still super excited for the X. But since we're going on a break, then I sort of had to skip over that. But let me tell you, no work's going to get done on the 27th of October. Anyway, did you like? If you did.
You missed the battery gauge.
The battery, oh yeah, the supposed exploding phones. We're just going to gloss over that because it doesn't happen to Apple devices. Yeah, it only happens to Samsung devices.
Battery, not exploded battery.
Yeah, expanded battery. It only happens to Samsung devices. That's not worth a mention in an Apple presentation. I'm sorry to disappoint. It didn't catch fire, so it's still safe to take on planes. So nothing chills me out more than when you hear an announcement, if you have a Samsung Galaxy Note phone, then we're going to take you off the plane. It's like, please don't let anyone have one of those still in their pocket. Anyway, if you like what I said tonight, because I'm horrible and brief and talk too fast and I'm really sarcastic, then follow me on Twitter. I'm Top Layout Guide. My friend is also Safe Area Insets. So we tried to get...
Renault's layout, stop views.
Yeah. Oh, then I should follow you. That's cool. Yeah, that's the team. Yeah, the golden trio. That's really cool. And I'm going to... Thank you.